Hey there, welcome back to the table. We're going to go ahead and try to continue this. Um, I know I ended up taking a phone call and had to leave, but we were just getting ready to do this battle. As you can see, there's four. There's some more passageways that we can do. This is not a blocked pathway. Um, the rubble does make the terrain, like you can see, it's a double line. And if I grab the reference card, which is here, you can see that the double line is difficult, but everybody can pass through it or shoot through it or even attack through it. Um, so so we're okay in that regard. It's just more of a matter of just got to be mindful of that. Now, I think I asked some questions before I quit the last time, and the question was: is first of all, um, is there um, all four of these will activate together, and they will spend threat together, meaning that when we look at this card, you can see that this is 0, 1, and 3 threat, right? If they spend one threat, it's spent one time and all four of them go. So it's one of us is going to go and then all four of them are going to go. Then one of us is going to go and then all four of them are going to go. Now, here's the key thing. Not all these cards are going to make them go. And that's the only thing that's the saving grace, because otherwise that sounds brutal. But these threat cards, and I'll show you a few. Like this one, the boss is going, or it's going to gain 2 threat, but then that's the end of their turn, right? Again, that time they do get to go. This time they go. That time they don't go. You see, so not every card is going to make them go, but they are going to be generating threat or going. It's going to be one or the other. I mean, there might be some kind of peace card in here where they do nothing. If they do have that, I haven't seen it yet. This is our first, or technically our second battle since we've started this campaign. But just understand that all four are going to go, and they will all four do the same exact action, and they only have to pay for it once. So that was the key thing. And then you might be wondering, well, how do I know which of the four activate? Is it the one that's closest? The answer is none of that. That's what these numbers here on the bottom are for. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how they would activate every time. So the pink one is always going last. Alright, and then one last thing, just a reminder. There's 3 hit points on these things. There's these 2 at the bottom, and don't forget that there's 1 there. And then when they get hit on that weak spot, it does generate a threat. Also, a rule clarification: if they get hit on that weak spot and it causes them to die, the threat does not get generated. It's only if they get hit on that weak spot first. So that is important to understand. They do have a frenzy attack, which doesn't look cool. They can hit multiple of us, and then of course there's this. We're going to get just 1 experience point for this, but I don't know. With them having 3 hit points, they shouldn't be too awful. This is more of a situation of we just got to make some good choices, and with us being new at all this, it's going to be a challenge, right? Because I'm going to make mistakes. The rogue is going first. That was intentional. I don't know if you recall. I said the halfling scout was going to go down the stairs and initiate it. So that means we go with the rogue first. And with the rogue going first, the first thing that always happens is we draw a card for them. And so they're going to gain 2 threat. 1, 2. Alright. So the rogue is right here. Diagonals don't count when it comes to attacking. If you're ever wondering actually sometimes the diagonal does count. It depends on you got to look at your map. So for example, this is the dagger. See, the dagger, they have to be orthogonally next to each other, and you can rotate the grid however you like, but that's how the grid looks. Alright, so There's a lot of things going on here. One of them is there's this pickpocket. Um, you have to be adjacent to the highest initiative foe. The highest initiative foe is this one, the pink one, which we could do. So I got this pickpocket skill, but the other thing is if unless I want to get destroyed, I need to kill some of these rats before they all start moving. And the way to do that for me is I gotta lay some traps. And you can only do that while you're hidden. So we gotta get hidden first. So first things first is, in order to get hidden, I have to sneak, which requires a combo point that we do not have. And that, my friends, is how you lose the game. Because there was actually a skill we could have taken where they actually generate combo points, and I didn't take it. So everything I want to do requires hidden, and I can't hide. Now, what I can do is I can try to move, because here's your combat actions. I can do a basic move, and that generates a combo point. But the problem is then the sneak, which makes me go hidden, is a second action, and then I only have one more action left. So I can't both pickpocket and lay traps. That's my my dilemma. Oh boy. So with that in mind, I needed somebody else to go, so that way, you know what? We're gonna make it so somebody else goes. Let's retcon a little bit. It didn't have to be like I was thinking. The rogue needs to go first, but now I'm realizing the sneak skill requires a combo point. So we're going to make sure that the halfling scout goes first. So the cleric initiated the stairs. I know that sounds a little cheaty, but but it's ultimately what we want. We wanted the thief to be able to use her skills, and I got to be able to generate some mana first. Well, mana or combo points. So if I have the scout go first, this gets a little simpler. The scout is 3 spaces away from the pink rat. So I'm going to go ahead and use the action here on the bow, and the bow can shoot 3 to 4 spaces away, and we are exactly 3 spaces away. So here we go. Boom. That is a 9, and a 9 on the bow is not quite enough. I would need a 12. Now the role-playing point, if I spend it, where is that written? I think it's a +2, isn't it? I gotta look it up. It's not in any of these reference guides. As a reaction, anytime you do an attribute check, you may spend 1 to increase your roll by 3. Alright, so I rolled a 9, but I also forgot this is a endurance roll, and endurance is 2. So that makes it an 11. I actually only need 1 more point. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend the RP point and make it a, what is it, a 14. So that means I hit twice. And the hit pattern is this way. Let me show you. So the hit pattern is from the top. And, of course, when you look at the rats again, the only one that has a hit pattern from the top is right here. So let me pick this up and bring it to the camera. That might be simpler. Now, the reason why this was important to me is, look at this. If I hit from the top, I hit this one, and then I hit that one. Oh no, I don't hit the crit. I have to go left-right. That hurts. That's not what I wanted. But anyways, sure. So I do 2 hits. So I gotta go 1, and then 2. Like so. So, and then I hit the weak spot, so he gains a threat. Alright, and then we have this staggering shot here. To master as a normal action while a foe you can see is exactly 2 or 5 spaces away. I gotta pay 2. Never mind. I don't have the combo points. So then for a second action, I'm gonna attack again. And I should hit it. I only need, well, this time I get a 17. And so this rat is obliterated. So this one is dead, and we'll represent that by, oh, it was the pink rat, I'm sorry. But anyways, it was the pink rat that's dead. And so we represent it like so. And then for my minor action, I will do a move, which generates 3 movement points. And I will go 1, 2, 3. But more importantly, the move generates a combo point. So winner chicken dinner. Now we can do the rogue's turn next. But before that happens, we of course have to draw for the enemy. So here we go. So here you can see the mob is activating. There are 3 points that are going to be spent, and the mob is going to do Frenzy. They're going to do 5 movement points, and they're using the yellow arrow there. That's a new symbol for me. They're targeting the most people. That's what that means. So they're going to try to target the most people. It's a 2 damage attack, and yeah, that's it. So we will start with the green one, which is this guy. So they have to move orthogonally just like we do. So the movement points for them is no different than us. They're considered melee. So right here, difficult terrain is a 2 movement points. So this one has to spend 2 movement points to go there, and then 2 more to go there. That's for 4, and that's 5, and then his turn's over. So then we go to the brown one, which is going to go 1, and then this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and his turn's over. So we're getting a little bit lucky. Next up is this one, who will be able to attack one of us, but I don't think I can put him in a position where he can attack multiple of us. They're too far away, so he can't like stand in the middle and hit both. These two are next to each other, and he can't attack diagonally. The only way he could do it is if he could get to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not enough, because he can't go through you. But if he was able to, this is where he'd want to go. So then it becomes, okay, which of our characters is he going to attack? And I think we get to choose. The rules do sort of dictate that they try to move as minimum as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him move up and attack the rogue, because the rogue's closest. Alright, so when he does that, he rolls the yellow die. You can see that here. And here we go. Alright, so looking at the situation, it's going to hit the legs of the rogue, and it's a 2 damage attack. So the rogue, we're going to grab a wear token, which is one of these, and put it on the leg here. That leg can only absorb that 1 hit. So now we got another hit that's going to go through, unless I have some kind of something, and I don't think I do. So he is going to take 1 health, and he only has 1 health left. So that's a tough one. I got to be careful. Okay, so their turn's over. Now the rogue gets to go. So the rogue is going to do the sneak action. We're going to spend that 1, and the sneak action says you're hidden, and that means we get to put this token here. And the moment that an enemy moves onto that token or tries to attack it, I think it goes away. Let me make sure I'm not making that up. There is a card here that explains hidden. Sneak. Put the alert token in your current square. While hidden, foes believe you occupy the alert square. You lose hidden and remove alert token if you make an attack, are KO'd, a foe moves into your square, or the token square, a foe tries to attack the token, or the token would leave its square. So basically, and allies can target you. You're not hidden from them. Okay, so I get 3 movement points. I want to go after the highest one, which is the one in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move 1, 2, like this. And then I want to pickpocket. So it says to master, as a normal action while hidden and adjacent to the highest initiative foe, we get to do the pickpocket action. And boom, I do master the action. So this turns into a check mark. And that means I get to flip this over and it becomes an actual skill. Mastering it was easy. All I had to do was just get in a position where I could do it. Now, I am tracking the mastery here and then flipping it over when it becomes a master. But the rulebook did specify something I didn't think about. These skills sometimes end up going back, because you can only carry so many at a time. So what they recommend you do is you put the check mark here in this spot. See, there's a spot for it. That check mark there indicates that that skill is mastered. So the next time, if I put it back in the garage and then get it out again, I don't have to remaster it or try to remember what was what. And it's meant to be this way even with this. So like this is supposed to be there, like that. I'm leaving it here because it's a reminder, but just letting you know, that's technically what the rules say, and it makes total sense. Okay, so we're going to do this pickpocket thing. I don't know if it counts as an attack. That would, here, let's see if there's an FAQ on it. One with the highest printed number. Oh. If the highest initiative foe is defeated before I pickpocket them, you cannot pickpocket them or any other foe. Plan wisely. I thought it was just the highest initiative that's left, but that's this one, and I screwed the pooch there. Now what I could have done is moved this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, killed this one, and left this one here, which that would have been problematic because he wouldn't have attacked the rogue. He would have attacked the yeah, so I would have moved him to here, or here, attacked this one 3 spaces away, killed that one, and then when this one would have activated, he would have come here and hit both of these. Yeah, we're not retconning this. It's just unfortunate. I can't pickpocket, apparently, according to this rule. Do I stay hidden if I pickpocket successfully? The answer is yes. That's what I was looking for. I didn't realize I was going to be unable to pickpocket at all. So, alright, so that stinks. Can't pickpocket. That would have been a nice way to make some money. But let's get back to what can we do. The next thing I can do while hidden is I want to lay some traps, but I can only lay them 1 space away. So if I attack, I lose my hidden. So I had 3 movement points. So if I do 1, 2, 3 like this, I'll spend an endurance to make it 5 movement points, and then I'm doing 5 like that. That's what I'll do. Alright, so that was a that was a regular action. Then the practice trap. I gotta find out, is that a regular action or a minor action? It's an action only while hidden. So I will do another action for that. And I will lay a trap here. And another one there. Because I have to lay them next to me, 1 space away. Alright. Unfortunately, I use both my actions, so I can't backstab I can only use a minor action right now, and the minor action that's left for me is to move. So I will do exactly that. I will move, and need to move anyways because she's low on hit points. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and that does generate 1 combo point. And remember that when these rats activate, they don't know that she's here because they still think she's there. So they won't go here for the rage. Although they don't have the points to do rage right now anyways, or frenzy I meant to say. There's a lot going on in this little battle. And yeah, I have to... It's a little kludgy to try to get those traps out. I am realizing that the skill that lets you put a trap 2 spaces away is very handy, and that's the advanced trap skill. And I'm glad I took the prerequisite to move towards that, because I am realizing that that is going to be helpful. But with what we have there, I am happy. So let's move to the next one, which is the mage. All foes are activating. There is 0 threat right now. So for 0 threat, they are going to move to the player that has the most hit points. They get 2 movement points, and they're going to do a bite action, which is a yellow die again, and they're going to just do some one-on-one bite action. Okay, so which player has the most hit points? It is definitely not the rogue with 1 or the mage with 1. It would be the cleric with 4. And the cleric is right here. So we would start with the green one, which is this one. He would step forward and trigger that trap. Alright, so the rogue is going to roll a charisma roll because the trap got triggered. And let's go ahead and get that out to make sure we're doing this right. It says check charisma, then damage that foe accordingly. And the trap basically has a... it's got an interesting pattern. The trap damages in this pattern here, up and then diagonal. And it's a 2 and a 12, or the thresholds. So, charisma, the rogue does have a charisma of 2. So we rolled, that is in between 2 numbers, but I guess arguably it's a 3. So with a +2, that makes it a 5. That's just a 1 hit on the green rat. So it would get hit from the bottom, and so we would put that hit right here. And then it's going to move a 2nd space and move up to here, and it's going to trigger another trap. And oh, by the way, the trap doesn't go away. What did I do with it? I picked it up. Why did I pick up the trap? Where would I have put it? It's not on the trap spot. I mean, you just flip it over to show that it's been used. So, like, I would have put it back where the trap skill is, but it's not there either. Why am I going mad? Ay, ay, ay. How could I have misplaced the trap? I dragged it underneath them. There we go. Okay, that 4 becomes a 6, which is still just a single hit. So this rat hit both traps and is still not dead. And it moved its 2 points though, and it can't move anymore. So nothing's going to happen. Then we go to the brown one. Same deal, 1, 2. And then this one would think that somebody's there, and this is who he wants, so he would go here and then attack. So let's do that with the yellow. This is a foot attack, and a bite does 1 damage. And the foot attack on the priest, I gotta stand up for this one. We're gonna grab one of these and just put it on the feet so that absorbs the wear. And so the priest is okay. Alright, so now it's the priest's turn. Okay, I just picked up a bunch of cards here. He's the brewmaster, we don't need that yet. He has this staff, his kit. He has this pummel skill. I think we're going to try to use the pummel skill. It only costs 1 combo point to do. And then for the mastery of the pummel skill, I got to make sure we can do it. So I'm grabbing it real quick here. In order to master it, I got to pay 4. So I don't have 4 yet. I only have 1. So I'm not going to be able to use the pummel yet. Although it would have been perfect. Because the pummel right now, at this spot, I would have hit all 3 of those rats with 1 hit. It would have been glorious. So right now I got a staff. Bear in mind I always have a focus, which would let him add a number to, I think it's just 1 to their attribute check. Oh, it's a bonus based on what wisdom roll he gets. So he could have helped somebody else, get a better roll. But yeah, what is he going to do? Well, I think he should just stay where he's at and shoot. He's going to staff attack that blue rat in front of him. So I'm going to reach for... He's on just far enough on my table that I don't enjoy reaching up there, but we got his die here. We're going to attack probably twice, because I don't think I'm going to be able to kill this thing in 1 hit. The staff has a down and then over. That's the angle. And then the thresholds for this is 2 and 12. Just like the other one. So let's roll. There's a 17. So we hit twice on the blue one. And a down and over. Interesting. So it's down and then to the right. So this rat is just not built for that. So, for example, if he does down, he's going to have to hit either here or here. So he'll hit that one, and then the rat gains a threat. But then the stroke to the right is going to miss, because there's nothing to the right of that. That's unfortunate. Alright, so next action, we're going to do the staff action again. And the 13 is still a golden, so now the down is going to hit here, and the right is going to hit there, so that rat is dead. So we got another Dedo Ratto. Ratus Decimus. And then now we just have a minor action left, and I'm just looking to see if any of his actions are minor. It's just the... well, his heal action is minor. He has a backpack that can heal somebody, like, for example, the rogue, who's down to 1 hit point. I think what he's going to do, though, instead, is we're going to do a minor move, and he's just going to go 1, 2, and get in front of the rat there. Nope. He's going to go 1, 2, like that. Get in front of the rat, and that'll give us another combo point. Alright, so now it's the mage. The mobs are going to activate, and they do have 1 threat, and it's going to be a move and bite, but they have 5 movement points, and they're going to go after whoever has the most health. That's this guy. So this first one, the green rat will attack, and then this one would move here and attack, like so. Okay, so the first one attacking, this would be the right hand, and we're going to just put a wear marker on the hand. And then the next one is the other hand. So he has, remember, we equipped him with all the armor. So we were prepared for this moment. And he's going to have all these wear markers on him, but he's taking no damage, which is the intent, right? Okay, so now it's the mage's turn. So the mage has the lightning bolt, which is awesome. Would have been able to hit them better if they were still in a straight line. Also has this skill which will shoot 2 spaces in front and then hit the 2 sides like this. Like these 2 would have been perfect. These, with them being at a diagonal, it's not going to work. And then of course the mage just has the wand. So the wand has a range of 2 to 3, acts just like a bow, hits anywhere that you want and then to the right. So it has a precise hit and then to the right if you do the bonus hit. And I think that's it. So now the twin missile takes 2 skill points. It does not take mana points. You make a basic tine attack versus all targets, and then shift the foe 2 squares, so you can push them away. So I would only be able to do that on 1 target. Or, like we said, and there's also this sword attack we could do, which I'm not a big fan of. Uses wisdom. Well, let's do a move, because she does have a minor action. So we'll move 1, 2, 3. That's an interesting place to stand. I'm not sure it's a smart place to stand. No. So if I move here, I make the rogue no longer hidden. So I don't know if I want to do that. I will move 1 space to here, and then that gives us another combo point. And then my wand is 2 or 3 spaces. This is 2. They're both 2 spaces away. We're going to go ahead and go after the green one first. And I know they each have different colored dice, but I'm going to just keep rolling this yellow one. Nah, never mind. I'll grab the right color. So here we go. With the wand, it's called a tine. I'm going to say 1 the whole game. 2 or 12. So there's a 14. So remember, it's a precision attack. So I could pick anywhere on the rat to hit, and then it's going to be 1 to the right. This one, I forgot, only had 1 hit point. So this rat is now dead. And then we have the brown one that's left. So we're going to go ahead and attack that one. That's, of course, just a crappy 2. There's nothing I can do to boost that one to a 12. So it's just going to do 1 hit. It is a precision hit. And so I'm going to go ahead and dang it. I'll hit this one right here. So now we get to the archer. 3. So we're going to gain 1, 2, 3, but not attack. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. To master, I have to spend 2 combo points. I have to pay 2 combo points and be 5 away to do staggering shot. So we're going to unlock staggering shot for him. So we at least got 2 of our skills mastered. Okay, so it's make a basic bow attack with plus or minus 1 range. If it hits, shift the foe up to 1 square or 2 squares instead if marked. And I forgot, mark is a free action. Place on a foe you can see. So I'm not going to mark them. So we're going to go ahead and just roll. So this is a basic bow attack. I rolled an 18, and the pattern is a straight down, and it hits twice. And this particular rat has a boom boom, and it is dead. So we win. Dun, 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 dun. All right. That was a bad Zelda. Um. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up my traps because the battle's over. Everybody stands where they are. We now wrap up. So I can try to heal or do those types of things if that's what I want to do. We do have potions. We have lots of stuff that can help us. At the moment, I'm not sure I want to. I mean, maybe I do. But we're gonna go ahead and resolve this. So everybody gets 1 experience point. So let's do that first. 1, 2. I'm just grabbing 4 tokens. And then just like before, put the 1 in there. Make sure you don't cheat and put it 3 side up. Okay, so that's done, and then we're going to roll a die. I'm going to have the rogue roll for this. I rolled a 12, which puts us in the gray, and that gives us 2 money. So 2 money is better than no money. It's a lot better than 1. Alright, so rats are dead. I'm going to put these off to the side. I have a feeling we might see some more before this is done. But for now, this is wrapped up. And we have, like I said, 2 more spots we can reveal. So we're back into explore mode, so we can like go all the way back to reveal this first. But I think I want to reveal this one first, and then who's going to be the one that does the revealing? I'm going to have the mage do the revealing, which would mean that the cleric gets to go first. So the mage is going to stand here, and then these 2 will be in the back. And then it's SML 3. The pantry has been ransacked by the vicious rodents. Crates of molding flour and rotten fruit lie strewn across the floor. Okay, so this connects here, like so. There's a point of interest and an event. There's no enemies, just an event and a point of interest. I will deal with the event first. Event 2. We're all going to surround it. Always assume that unless I say otherwise. So the event is searching through the remains of the ruined pantry. You come across a much smaller rat, which startles you until you realize it's already dead. So we're going to do an int 12. And so the person that's going to do an int 12 is going to be the mage, because she has a 2. And I rolled a 16, so we pass. Something catches your attention. Upon further inspection, you notice a strange discoloration around the little rat's mouth, a bright blue color. That's when its eye twitches. Perhaps it's not dead, only paralyzed somehow. You decide to leave it alone. So we gain an experience point, and then we trash the card. Alright, experience point just for watching an eye twitch. I mean, that's pretty good. Alright, so 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay, point of interest 2. This one-stocked pantry has been ransacked by the rodents. Wooden shelves scatter the room. You see a roll of parchment on top of one of them. At your feet are some scattered goods. Okay, so the ranger doesn't have his role-playing points, so the ranger will be doing the role-playing here. In terms of order, we're going to look at the goods, the parchment, and then the shelves. So, the goods. Cobs of corn picked clean by the rats, bite marks cover the rotting tomatoes, but a loaf of bread catches your eye. Appears fine from the outside, it has a thick rustic crust, and looks untouched by the rodents. You ponder, should you take it or leave it? Ooh. What a great question. I do get to add a role-playing point, so I'm going to do that. I just feel like, I mean, that one rat was paralyzed, so I don't know if I trust anything. And if the rats didn't touch it, but they touched everything else, I mean, rats aren't stupid. you know, you don't sit there and say, "Oh, look, they missed this because they're dumb rats." I think we're going to leave it. Now, obviously, I can read what happens if we take it, and it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad thing. It really doesn't. But I am going to leave it. Now, my curiosity is I always want to know. So I am going to look up what threat 30 is. Not because I'm adding it to my deck, because that's how I play these games, especially when I'm soloing. And it does say old bread. You hold the stale bread you found in the rat cellar. It looks moldy but nourishing. One exile gains 3 health. Scrap this card and draw again. That would have been a fantastic, and it would have actually been one of these cards. So you would have just drawn it and you would have healed 3 because of the old bread. So my paranoia didn't pay off. So anyways, for those that are curious, you've been spoiled. Alright, the shelves have a few round pellets. Those might be rat droppings. I don't think I needed that clarified for me. A few round pellets sounds about right. The parchment crumbles and flakes as you touch it, turning into dust. You can't see anything useful. So anything useful was that dang bread. Alright, well, we are done with the point of interest. I don't think I have any reason to come back here. I guess you could have argued, hey, you know, that bread's still there. You could always come back and get the bread. But I cheated and looked, so I'm not coming back to get the bread. I'm just going to put it away. Alright, and I'm going to put this away because I have no intention of going back in that room. It is a room that's now been unlocked, but we're going to get it out of the way. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing. The mage is going to activate, so the cleric can go first. And we're doing medium 2. If I were you, I'd want a medium 2. I'd want a medium 2. Alright. The rats have made a small kingdom here. Nests and scraps of treasures they collected are piled high. The stench in here is sickening, and then you see it, a rodent of unusual size. And here you be. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 foes and a 5th one. So this is going to be the same exact battle, except now we're going to have a boss along with it. So I'm going to, for the sake of space, it's supposed to be down here, but we're just going to put it there. Because we all came into the room, and it's going to look like this, and then we're technically back like that. Well, actually, no, we're technically like this, coming into the room. Okay, and then we got the 4 faux 4s again. So good thing I kept them around. So we got, once again, 1. Here, we'll do it this way. We'll put them along the top. And we'll put this here. Or no, we'll put this also along the top. These are going to get shuffled. This gets reset. And then we also have a faux 5. I don't know if you've noticed that yet. Okay, and then the faux 1, 2, 3, 4, it does color coordinate. Like that's green, and then this is green. So the faux 1 is there, and then the faux 4 is there. There's faux 3 and faux 2. So they're scattered a little bit. And then I gotta get faux 5 out, which I'm assuming is the boss. There are 2 cards for faux 5. Faux show. We got the boss. He's a large one, with a shrill chitter and a snap of its enormous incisors. The giant beast whips its tail menacingly in challenge. And look at the hit points on that bad boy. 1, 2, 3. Basically, it's 9 hit points. So a lot going on there. I'll put that over here. And then the actual boss itself, as you can see, has a lot of actions going on. Multiple attacks. None of them are fun. Which direction or square does whip come from? It comes from one of the 2 ends of the giant rat, regardless of which direction it's facing. The grid positions for any foe can be rotated along with the foe, but never reflected. Okay, so we'll lay that there. And then we gotta find figure 5. Oh, that was an easy find. Found it already. I am punching the advent calendar as we speak. Oh. This is just like when you use a can opener and the lid of the can goes inside the can instead of coming out. That's what's happening to me right now. Alright, here we go. And da-da-da-da! We got ourselves a giant, ugly rat. You dirty rat. Alright, I don't think it matters, but there are rings for the larger creatures. Since it's just one creature, we'll put it here. And good question, is it oriented this way or that way? I have no idea, so we'll just orient it that way. So when they move, they shrink to one size. You do regular movement, and then they expand. It does rotate as it's needed, but I think it's supposed to try to maintain its rotation. Yeah, let's not make it up. Let's large foes, page 27. So there's a 2x1, which is this one. There's also 2x2. Choose one square the foe occupies that is closest to its destination. Then move the miniature if it was a 1x1 foe, with the rear half of the base following like a snake. So it does. So if you move up this way, then it's going to go like that, and if you move that way, it's going to go like that. So it's just going to reflect whatever you move it as. And then the 2x2 was the one where it doesn't change, but that makes sense. It's a 2x2. It's not trying to rotate. Okay. So there we go. We got a rinse and repeat. I am down to 1 health. It might have been a nice idea to use my pack to heal one of my characters. I might still do that. I think I realize that if they get KO'd, I could still heal them even that way. So I'm not, I guess, as concerned. And it's not like there's, like in other games, like the Oathsworn, which we were doing, if you got KO'd, you got massive penalties. I don't think that's the case here. So I think that's why I'm being a little braver about and stingier about my health potions. But I do have them, and I should use them. And in fact, I'm going to look at the health potion again. It is just 1 health, so I probably should have given that the knapsack that the priest has heals possibly 2 health depending on how well you roll. The potions, which are in the top corner there, only heal 1 health. So I should have given a potion. So that was a mistake on my part. But he is going first. And I don't know what just happened there, but I lost my camera for a second. But it is now back. Just making sure it still works. Yeah, it looks like it's working. So when folks were talking about how my audio was stuttering, I was relying on the camera to do both the video and the audio. I am using Wi-Fi to accomplish this, and in order to overcome this stuttering issue, I am now using a separate microphone, which is why when the video went out, the audio still worked. So it is what it is. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to look at the potions first and see if that's a minor action or a regular action. Because it is a minor action. And then the other thing is the staff can only hit 1 space ahead of him. So I gotta be a little careful here. He does not have a range attack. So the thing going through my head is I'm trying to decide, am I going to give a minor potion, spend a minor action to give a potion to my thief, which will heal her, so she's back up to 2 health. But then I need to move to be able to hit that rat. Or do I? Am I in the room? Let me pause while I look that part up. Okay, I had it right. So the only thing that's confusing is if they go downstairs, they have to, like, they're leaving a location completely to enter a new location, and that's when they get placed onto the new map. But this is just a connector situation where this connector is connecting to the connector from that map, so they stay wherever they are whenever they reveal. So he does need to move forward 1 space to be able to attack with that staff. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go up and attack. So, well, first of all, I got to draw a card for them. So maybe I don't have to do that, because they might be attacking him. I totally forgot about that. So let me put this here, because I realize this is my discard pile. Alright, so they're going to get 3 threat. Now he's going to do that. So he's going to do a minor action, go here. That's going to give us 1 combo point. And then he's going to do probably 2 actions to attack and attack. So here we go. Remember, the pattern is he comes in from the top and then it goes this way. So he rolled ooh, that was almost a 20. He rolled a 14, which is a double hit. And for the green rat, that is just a single hit, because I'm going to come in from the top, and that does give it another threat, so they're up to 4. And now he's going to roll again. This time he rolls a 13, which is the double hit, and yes, the green rat is killed. So that's his full action. He didn't heal anybody, but it's good work. So now we got the hunter next. So all foes are activating, which is where it gets interesting. So the rat has a 0 initiative, so the big rat goes first. And so the boss is going to gobble up all of these points. There's 4 of them. He's going to gobble up 3 of them right here to do a chomp. So 1, 2, 3. will be spent, and the chomp is 6 movement points, and he's going to do an extra 1 damage to the chomp skill. So he's going to go after whoever has the most health, which is him. It doesn't say most enemies, which is interesting. So in this case, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. A 5 would get him here, which is in good enough space to actually do the chomp action. So he will do that, and the chomp is going to use gray. And yeah, he's going to do 3 damage with this attack. That's a lot of damage. Alright, so he's going after a piece of armor that actually still has a wear on it. Or, I don't know if I said that correctly, still has armor on it. So he hit here, which this absorbs 1 of it, but then 2 gets through. So that's going to be 2 damage to him. Like so. That hurt. Alright, so now we got the boss in front of us, essentially blocking everything. Even if I wanted to go after the little rats. And then we have our hunter back here, who's 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the boss, and that's enough for the bow. So he could sit back and attack just fine where he's at. Do I want to go after the boss, or do I want to take out the other guys? Oh, I'm not done. The other guys get to go too. So there's 1 left. And so they're going to go after whoever has the most hit points. And they're going to do a bite, which has 5 movement points. So yeah, they're going to get some damage in. And who has the most hit points now that I've taken damage? He has 2. The ranger is who they want to get to, but they can't get to him. So they will go after the priest again. So going in priority order, the brown one's next, which is back here. No, I'm sorry, this was the brown one. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, he's going to go after him. So we're going to go ahead and roll. And it's going after... yes, you can block that one. And the attack is a bite, which is just a single damage. And he actually has armor that can absorb that one, so he will. Okay, next up is, if we're going along the path, there is the blue rat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all the better he can do, because this is a tougher spot. Then the pink one is last. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then done. That's all the more they could do. Alright, so now the hunter is going to shoot at this one. So we're going to start off with that. Yep. It's a 212 to hit. Rolled a 10. It knows it has to. He knows he has to attack twice. So he's going to go ahead and hit the brown one. You know what? He's going to spend his RP point to make it 13. No, he doesn't have to. That's a 10 plus the endurance, which is already a 12. So he's going to hit it. And here's the cool thing. They have different critical points. So this rat's critical point is different than this one. And so this was the perfect rat for him. So he's going to come in from the top and hit here and then there. And by hitting both, he's also going to hit that one. So he killed this rat in 1 hit. He critically struck it. So this one is gone, and he still has another action. And he's going to use it to go after the big mama here. So let's do that. And he's going to mark the Big Mama. First of all, as a free action. And he can't snipe because the snipe would require him to have 3 combo points, and he doesn't. And he could also try to move to add a combo point out there, but I don't. Where's he going to move to is the question. Right now, this is 1, 2, 3. So yeah, he can move to here, and he'll be 4 spaces away. He's doing the move action just because he wants to get the combo points up. And he's still 4 away, so he can still hit this. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to do it with the bow. He does have a quiver here, which would add another range. The quiver would... I think the quiver gives him precision. Let me see what the quiver, how the quiver works. When making a basic attack, increase the maximum range and use the attack pattern shown instead of the normal. So instead of attacking from a top down, he would be able to do a precise strike and then go up. So let's look at the... He's either doing top down or a precise strike and going up. And in all cases, like this one here, he could actually do 3 hits. But a top down, he would still get to do the 3 hits. So, I don't need to use the quiver yet. So we're just going to go ahead and do regular attack with the bow. And a 1 is an automatic miss, no matter what you do. And that blows chunks. But, yeah, that blows a lot of chunks. Alright, his turn is over. So now it's the rogue's turn. They're going to gain 2 threat. They had 0, so now they're up to 2. And the rogue, I think once again, is going to go and sneak. So that is going to spend 1 of these points. And the sneak does give him 3 movement points. So that would go here. And then go 1, 2, 3. But for a stamina point, he could turn it into 5, so he will. He's out of stamina points, by the way. And he will go 4, 5, like so. And he could either backstab, which I don't think he wants to do. Instead, we're going to pickpocket. I know it's crazy, but that's what we're going to do. He could lay his traps as well, which is probably not... Yeah, we're laying the traps. We're not pickpocketing. We're going to lay the traps. So, 1 trap here, and 1 trap there, because he's hidden right now. So, we'll get those down. You know, the Big Mama will trigger 1, or that one will trigger 1, the moment they try to move. Alright, then I just have a minor action left, and... Oh, the sneak was a minor action. I apologize. I still have a major, so yes, I can also pickpocket. So let's do that. Let's get that pickpocket in. Well, adjacent to the highest initiative foe. Oh, never mind. I can only pickpocket... So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can only pickpocket this guy. I needed 1 more movement point. So I gotta decide. Am I going to backstab? I have to. Yeah, let's get the damage in while I'm still alive. So I'm going to spend 1 mana. Like so. I'm just concerned because he only has 1 health. We're going to backstab, and I get to add plus 20 to the roll because I'm hidden. Now, arguably, I can't backstab. Never mind. Here's why. I'll show you. Backstab requires your target to be here and nobody to be there or there. And if you look at the situation, this rat is in one of the red spots. I don't know if the large body matters. I think I could have still backstabbed him even if he was taking up 2 spaces, but this one is preventing me from doing the backstab. So I can't do backstab either. I'm either doing a regular attack or I'm laying low. Because I just laid out the traps. I'm just concerned because he is in a position where, like, this trap is not going to kill this rat. I'm concerned about the cleric staying alive too. I mean, he absorbed a lot of hits. I'm counting 5 of them, in fact, but he's running out. I do have the... No, I don't. My choices are I throw a dagger and hit somebody from afar, or I use my hand dagger to just do a regular attack, or I pass. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just move. I can do another move. So I'm going to give another combo point, and I'm going to go 1, 2, and just get further back, out of the way. And remember, he's hidden, or she's hidden, so they don't know she's there. Okay, next up is the rogue. And we're going to draw. They get another threat. They're going up to 3, like so. And I've been hoping to get my turn for a while here. We're going to do a basic move and go here. And then we're going to grab the card so I can show you the gloriousness of this. We are going to cast Lightning Bolt. Because look at that. Lightning Bolt has to... Each foe in a line takes damage, and it's 1, 2, 3 spaces in front of them. Dang it. It's not enough. The cleric's in a way. I thought for sure it skipped a space. The twin missile could work. I could do a twin missile. But in order to do a twin missile... Yeah, it's not a good move either. So the lightning bolt will work. I'm just going to only hit one target, though. And I don't have to worry about the fact that I have friends in the way. That's not the issue. The issue is it only goes 3 spaces. It says specifically, only foes take the damage. What's the range? Oh, it's unlimited. It's unlimited, and I actually, this is where I choose to... Yeah, okay, never mind. It's unlimited, so I'm going to hit this guy and that guy. Alright, I feel better. Alright, 2 mana points it is, so... zing zing, I'm spending 2 mana points, we're down to 3. And we're going to cast Lightning Bolt. It's choose a cardinal direction, and then deal damage to each foe in that chosen direction. Do I even roll dice? Or is it just automatic? Just automatic. Alright, so the damage is 2 spaces. I mean, I guess it's not that fantastic, but see those 2 spaces there, and it's a cardinal direction, and it's in the chosen direction, so it would look like this. So it's up or down that way. So for the pink guy, it would damage... Sorry, the blue guy, it would damage here and here, which gives them another threat. And then for the big rat, who I thought I hit. When I killed that one, oh that's right, I rolled a 1, and I critically missed. Alright, so we're going to do 2 hits with this one, and we will go here and here, which is a crit that causes a third hit to go here. So we got 3 out of the 9 spots damaged. Alright, that was just one action. I could do 2 mana points, and I'm going to do it again. Yeah. I'm at 3. I'm going to drop down to 1. And we're going to fricassee these things again. So, again. Alright, so this one is dead. That is the... I put the damage on the blue one, but it was actually the pink one. But it's the same deal. It's dead. So my pickpocket ability is gone again. And then for this one, we're going to damage it here and there, which does give him another point. And then I think the lightning bolt lets me move them, shift them too. The lightning bolt skill says deal damage. Okay, there is no shifting. That was just the twin missile. Apologies. Alright. And then one of my skills here, the mystic skill, when using a skill, pay the cube to reduce its cost by 2. So I'm going to take the 2 mana points back. Even though I had plenty, I still want to use the skill while I can. And then I did a lot of damage. I killed another rat, but yes, we do have a problem, because now it's the cleric's turn, and I gotta survive this, which is the boss's turn. So the boss sees 5, and it's going to be the whip action. So he's going to spend all 5 of the threat. He's going to do the whip that adds +2 damage. And look at this nonsense. He's going to hit 3 spaces in front of him. And that's going to be 3 damage. Oof. Alright, so when he does that, he's going to hit the cleric, he's going to hit the mage, and he's going to try to hit the rogue, and then boom, the rogue loses its no longer disappeared. The trap. Does it trigger when someone's next to it? When a foe enters a square. So that's not going to happen. Alright, this is very problematic. So we're going to start with the cleric first, taking 3 damage. And you can see that's a headshot. He does have the ability to absorb a headshot, so the headshot will absorb 1 of the 3 hits. So that will go there, but then that does KO him, unfortunately. And he has all the healing potions and stuff, so I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how that's going to work. Let me pause and find out. Okay, I just realized, per the rules, you're allowed, if it doesn't take an action. Yeah, those are all actions. Yeah, you're allowed to do things if it doesn't cost you an action before you resolve the hit. But these cost actions, so I can't do anything about this. So I do have to see, like, how do I get somebody up if they're down? Okay, it's a simple answer. Anybody could heal him, and if that were the case, he would stand up and take his normal turn. But the problem is, he's the only guy with healing stuff. So that was a poor choice on my part. So he has this option to surge, and it's once per combat. If he gets KO'd again, he's down for good, and I can't get him back up until the combat's over. So everybody else just has to survive. But when he stands up for his surge, he's allowed to do a full set of actions, and he just needs to make sure that he heals himself during that full set of actions, so that way he doesn't get re-KO'd as soon as his surge is over. If you wanted to do like a Valhalla move, you can. You can stand up and just attack with your surge actions, and then get re-KO'd. That's allowed too, but that's not the plan here. And then what's even worse is this one's getting hit for 3 damage, and the mage has no helmet and only 1 health, so the mage is also KO'd. We just got 2 KOs here. Alright, it was his turn. So it starts now, and I'm going to use my 1 surge per combat to stand up. I'm not going to be able to attack or anything, but what I am going to do is I'm going to use minor action 1 to do my kit. And the kit is going to heal 1 or 2 health, and he's going to heal himself first. So I have 1 cube on his kit, and I rolled an 8. He needed a 12 to get 2 more, and it uses the wisdom. He has a wisdom of 1, so that 8 becomes a 9, and then he'll spend his RP point to make it a 12. And I don't know why the video just went out. Bear with me here. Something's not right. There we go. There's something goofy going on. So it's just telling me I need to wrap up, but basically I made it so I'm healing 2 points instead of 1, and I'll show you. So right here I needed a wisdom of 12. I spent the RP point to give me a +3. I get a +1 because of the wisdom, and I'm spending 1 of these cubes here to heal 2 health on myself so I won't KO. I only need to heal 1 health on the other player. That's another minor action, but I only have 3 actions total, so I'm going to spend a potion to heal 1 on Nira, and the range is I have to just be next to them, and I am. And so Nira also stands up. I only have 1 health on the rogue, but the rogue is 2 spaces back, and I'm not next to it. I still have a full action left, and I think I'm crazy enough to want to attack with it, but I think instead I'm going to use my other cube and heal myself again. So I'm going to heal myself 1 more time, and that's a 10. The wisdom makes it 11. I do not get to 12, so I only heal myself for 1, so I will go up to here, and then I'm done. Now I do gain stamina anytime an exile drinks a potion, except it was already full stamina. And then for an action, I can refresh all my cubes on 1 kit, which is of course this one. Oh, you know what? I was 1 short. I have this skill here. It's called a practice focus. So I'm going to spend that, and if I roll a 2 to a 15, I get to add +1. I rolled a 17, I get to add +2. So that means I get to heal 1 more. Alright, so his turn's over. He didn't get to move away, but he's back up to 4 full health, which means he can absorb a hit from the boss mom, which is good. Alright, so now we go to the ranger. I said the rogue, but it's the ranger that's back there. So let's draw. We do have the boss goes, and there are 0 threat tokens. So at 0, the boss is going to attack whoever has the most health, which is him, and is going to move 6 spaces. There's nowhere to move, So he's going to just stay there, and he's going to chomp, which is a 2 damage attack. So it uses the gray die, so let's see what he does. He is going to go after... he actually has armor there, so we're going to get another wear damage, but we actually blocked one of the damage. But he still takes 1 health, so now he's down to 3. That was the whole idea, right? Heal himself up so he could just absorb the hits. Okay, Ranger turn. I'm going to do a basic move so I can get our combo points up. And then I'm going to step forward 1 space. And I am going to attack Big Mama there. Because I think she has done enough. So here we go. So it's a down attack that does 2 damage. There's 3 damage here and 1 there that's needed. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll. And you can see I rolled a 7. And I get to add 2 more to it, so I'm at a 9. I would need a 12 to do a 2 damage attack, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend my RP point. And, oh, I do have the mark. But that's okay. We're going to do it that way. And then I'm going to do bing and bing, like so. That does give him 1 threat, because I hit his weak spot. And then we keep going. So I'm going to attack again. Now, this time I need to go this way or this way. And I could use the quiver, but I'm not going to. I have another... Well, no. I'll use the quiver. So what the quiver does is it lets me precisely hit anywhere I want. But then the attack goes up. Yeah, it doesn't help me at all. Never mind. Let's go. That is a 6, which is only a single hit, and that's fine. Because my plan is, I have mark on him, so I'm going to hit him once, and I'm going to spend my mana. Oops. So I spent the mana point. I'm down to 2 now, and I'm going to deal another damage, and I'm going to kill the rat. Kill the rat. This rat is El Toste. So Big Mama is dead. Alright, his turn's over. We now have the rogue's turn. So we have, he's going to get 4 threat. The boss is not there anymore. And those traps are never going to get used, are they? So we're not hidden anymore. I could hide again, and I will. So that's a minor action. I'm going to spend 1, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I moved 1, 2, 3, like so. And that would leave the hidden mark there. And then we're going to backstab. And the backstab adds plus 20 to the roll. And it does a 3 damage attack going straight down. That does not help, does it? No, it doesn't. The dagger attack doesn't work either. Anyways, we're going to backstab. So there's an 11 plus 20. That's 31. So I do 3 hits, but it's a straight this way kind of hit. So as you can see, I can only do 2 damage to him. And then I cause him to get another threat. And then I'm going to do a regular dagger attack, which is an angle attack, but the angle is this way. And an 11 is good enough for government work. That would be a single hit, and his dexterity would make it a 12, although he doesn't need it. He just needed 1 hit, which is enough to go here, and so that rat is dead as well. So we never use the traps, but the most limiting thing about the traps is they have to go next to you, and you gotta have 2 empty spaces next to you, first of all, and then the enemy has to move there. So I'm seeing how it's a little more painful than maybe I would like it to be. It seemed cool at first. Um, okay, well, with that being said, we did win. There is a chest here, and that is a very important chest. And we'll get to that in a second, but let's give out our rewards. So, as you know, the giant rat gives us an experience point and a key one. Alright, so let's grab the key one first. So we have this key one, which is a giant rat tail. Keep this card until you find a card with the exact text. Help me remove these pests. Well, I think it's just I gotta go back up and talk to the person, and then things will happen. Alright, so we got that. Okay, next up is the little rats, and I haven't forgotten the one experience point, but the little rats, they give us another experience point, so we're technically getting 2. So I already have 1, so I'm just going to flip one of these over to 3 on each one. Like so. And then we're going to roll for the money. I rolled an 8, which for the little rats is only 1 money, and that is a purple roll. He will spend his RP point to make that into an 11 and turn it into 2 money, because I'm realizing we need money. So we're going to get 2 money instead. Perfect. Okay, and then I think that's all done. Now we got to deal with this. Now this is, I want to show it to you. And the other one, it was a wooden chest. Remember when the little boy, Snotnose or whatever his name was, we got to take a chest and draw a random item out of there. What this one is it's called a path chest. And this is where it gets really cool. So this is the one the little boy took us to, and they're all just random regular items with a A that stands for everybody or all or whatever. What we get to do is we get to actually grab a chest belonging to the ranger and draw something, and it's everybody. See, it's all the colors. And let me make sure that I got that understood. We can page 8, if you're wondering, from the rule book. There's a pathless chest. 1 item total is drawn. Path chests. When you gain a path chest, each exile gains 1 item at random from their chest. How awesome is that? And then at any time, if the chest is empty, because you've already drawn everything out of it, you get 3 money instead. When you choose an item from a chest, you must choose blindly from the items. However, you may feel around for an item tile of a specific size. If you draw an item that holds markers, it comes filled. Alright, so we're allowed to blindly feel them. This is the Path of Wondering. I really find it difficult because it's going to be hard not to look at these. And these are actually all of the same size. So, again, I don't know. Like, I already see that that's a knife. I mean, I can't avoid that. And I see that there's a quiver, right? And then there's a short bow. Fine. I'm going to just cheat the snot out of this now. So this, you can see, it has a 3 damage threshold. The quiver has 2 types of arrows. You got the swallowtail, which lets you, yeah, this is actually pretty helpful. The crack short bow again has 3, and then threadbare cloak, so some nicer armor that has 2 damage absorption, and same with that one. So fine, I looked at all of them. We're just gonna roll. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a d20. So we're gonna just do exactly that. We're gonna do a d20 divided by what I roll. So if I roll a 20, let me think about this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? That's what I meant by rolling the 20. So let's... And the roll is a 12. So 5, 10, 11, 12. He gets the cloak. Those are some cool items. I know they're all good. Alright, so if we get the cloak, and you can see from the picture how it goes on, it would go on like this, and then this chest item we would just put in the inventory, like so. And if you're wondering, okay, what can I do with that? I can sell it for $1 when we get back to a town. And we're not done. We get to do this for everybody. So I don't need the endurance and valor ones. Next up is the Path of Light. So that one, there's 2 small ones and 3 big ones. So we got an old hood. I mean, these are just nice because they're 2 armor. A glowing cone, which looks like it increases range. I know it has a range of 2. This is just better than what we have. So the other one gave us a +1 to someone else's roll. This gives a +2 or a +4. We have, looks like an upgraded kit that's going to heal 1, 2, or 4 damage. It's just a better kit than the other one. And then we have a better armor and a much better staff that does possibly 3 damage. And there we go. There's the same deal. You got your 1 through 5. Roll to 16. 5, 10, 15, 16. He gets the staff. I actually think that was the one I wanted the least out of all those, but I will not complain about getting juicy new items. Alright, so with the staff, look at all every single piece of armor took a hit. So we'll put that in the inventory and then replace it. And the threshold is still 2 and 12, but there's now a 20. So like that staff, you're not going to hit the 20 until you start to get like, you know, when you're rolling and you're adding your strength to your roll. Right now I'm adding 2. But like if I have like, you know, strength +8, now I can possibly get over 20. Like you're not even going to see that over 20 for a while until the character gets higher level. Which was some of the reason why I was not a big fan of getting that one first. The armor that blocks 2 damage, to me, is king right now, because 2 damage is a lot of damage for these low hit point characters. Alright, so I think they all have 5, because we're now on the rogue one. We have a wooden mask. We have a rusty throwing dagger. We have pants and boots. We have a notch dagger. And we have a much upgraded trap. Well, same deal, just like the staff. I'm going to go ahead and roll. I rolled a 3, 1, 2, 3, and the wear token I think goes away. And so yes, the practice pants is getting replaced The only drawback is it's one piece of armor that covers both spots. So a hit to the feet or a hit um, to the legs are both going to damage the same armor. But it does have 2 wear points for it, so it could, take 2 hits right now. Whereas, the old pants only took 1. And like I said, I think the armor is the superior option right now. Even the upgraded traps, it just wouldn't have helped because you would have had to roll over 20 on a charisma roll. And right now I get a +2 to my charisma roll. And then, last but not least, we got our mage, and we got an upgraded wand. There's nothing original about these. These are all like similar. The pattern is maybe a little different, but it's 2, 12, 20, right? Upgraded sword, the cape, which is an upgraded armor, a hat, which is an upgraded armor, and a moldy ledger. This is what lets them gain a mana point, and that symbol is new. I gotta look that up, but I think that symbol means it can be refreshed. And of course, when you're looking at all the symbols on your reference guide, it's not one of the symbols listed. That does drive me nuts. Like, this guy is so thorough, and he comes up with so many awesome ways to explain things, but then this is like a missed point. So I'm pretty certain that like some items can be refreshed in town and some items can't. Like it boils down to that kind of thing. So let me look at the it's called a ledger. Yeah, see a moldy ledger? There should be a ledger card. So this refreshes on rest. Yeah, that symbol's not on there. Dang it. So this is what I'm referring to right there. See that symbol? It's gotta mean something. And the funny thing is I swear I saw it somewhere. Alright, I will pause so you don't get bored. Okay, I could not find what that blue crayon looking symbol is right here. I couldn't find it anywhere. I could look again, but I got what I realized is the reason why the screen went dark twice is because my battery's going dead. So I'm down to like 1 or 2%. So I'm gonna hurry up. Let's roll to see which item we got. Is that an 18 or a 5? I don't know. It's an 18. 5, 10, 15, 67, 18. Old cape it is. Very happy to see that. Alright. So I will be ending it here, but before I end, I am going to do one final check and at least show you how this works. This symbol, when you see it, it's at the end of combat, you get to replenish. So you gotta like go through all your stuff and see like when they replenish. So like this one would have been an end of combat, and the same with those and the focus. So the kit as well. But see, this one requires money. Alright, anyways, there you have it. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome, and we'll see you when we come back to hand this all in.